Welcome back, everybody. And we are continuing our home ec cooking theme this hour with the queen of the kitchen, super caterer, Rania Harris.
If anyone knows what you need for a well-run kitchen, it's Rania. And she joins us now from her home with a look at the right tools to have on hand and, of course, a recipe too.
Good morning, everybody. Well, I'm excited to be part of the Home Ec Week of Tips, and these tips are from your kitchen, and the most important thing that I can share with you is the importance of a good sharp knife set in your kitchen. You know, you can cut yourself far worse with a dull knife than you can with a sharp knife, so beware. Let's start off with the most popular knife, and this is the chef's knife. Now, the chef's knife can be used from doing everything from cutting chicken to carrots. I happen to be using it right now to show you how easy it is to julienne a red pepper. Simple, right? Now, the Japanese version of a chef's knife is the santoku, which has a little bit of like a sheep's head point right here that you can see, and it's much smaller and easier to manage. Frankly, I use this more than I use my chef's knife these days because it is easier to navigate, and I'll show you how nice it is with this rocking motion of cutting green onions. So either one works for the same purpose. This one's a little smaller, it's more easy to use in my opinion. Paring knife. This is great for cutting fruit, peeling fruit, garnishes for drinks, or if you have to string any kind of a snow pea or a snap pea, this works great. As you can see, it's nice and small, compact, easy to use. Serrated knife, bread, no-brainer, only perfect for bread. Smaller version of the serrated knife, same thing, is the tomato knife. This is the only knife I use to slice tomatoes because it doesn't tear them apart. Let's get ready now to make our shrimp stir fry, starting off our entire month of everything from the sea. The very first thing you need for a shrimp stir fry is the shrimp. And that's what I have here, 1 whole pound of shrimp, and I've patted it nice and dry, and I'm going to stir fry it right here in a wok, which is another essential kitchen tool when you're doing a stir fry. Because of the shape of the pot, the pan, it's got a bowl shape with gradual edges so that when you're moving things around, they don't flip over onto the stove. So you always want to make sure you have a good wok if you're making an Asian stir fry. Now, while this shrimp is stir frying, I have here some cornstarch and some sugar. And I have liquid that I'm going to add to this. And the very, very best way that you can do this is simply by using your hands. So this is sherry, and this is chicken stock and soy sauce. And all we want to do here, using our fingers, is make sure that we get all of the lumps of the cornstarch completely dissolved, so there's lump free. Let's go over here, check out our shrimp, and let this cook for just another second or so before we add in our red peppers, our green onions, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the garlic next. Garlic press, another wonderful kitchen tool. Simply take your garlic, push it through using my paring knife, but on the blunt side, not the sharp side, you scrape off the excess. And finally, you have to have a vegetable peeler so that you can peel your fresh ginger, and a zester so that you can zest the ginger right into your pan. Fresh ginger is always imperative. There you go with the ginger. Just tap that in there, completely clear it. Give this a good mix. Things are starting to look great. Now we have snap peas and baby corn. And again, we just want to stir fry all of these ingredients until the vegetables start to soften and cook before we add our liquid. So I'm going to sprinkle just a few red pepper flakes on here. And once again, I'm going to go to the bottom to make sure that I'm completely dissolved. And I'm going to add my cornstarch liquid to my pan and allow this to continue to cook until it thickens. Now, as you can see, this really barely took any time at all. It thickens up beautifully because of the cornstarch. Let's turn off the heat, put it in a nice platter that has sides. Keep in mind, it's very important that you keep the vegetables as crisp as possible. And because this is a sesame shrimp stir fry, I have some toasted sesame seeds for garnish, and I will serve this over rice. There you go. Bon appetit. Love you, miss you. Fabulous recipe. Make sure you download it today.
We love you too,
We love it
Rania.
too. And that looks good. And you know what I like too, because you know I don't eat seafood.
Right.
But you really could add any kind of protein you wanted to.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's so colorful. Yeah.
Looks really good.
Good presentation.
For a copy of today's recipes, you can go to PittsburghTodayLive.com. We have it posted for you there.
Yeah, and remember, keep watching right here on Wednesdays for more good cooking with Rania.